All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to Daily Update, my 1000 day challenge. This is day 110. So, in terms of current balance wise, there's a quick update. It's actually rise quite a little bit, and that's actually due to the experimental trade setup. There was a strong spike across multiple pairs, so that I took profit in that sense. And unfortunately, you notice if you look at the breakdown, the main trading account actually dropped a little bit, and that was actually due to the spike down that occurred for Ethereum pair, and that actually triggered my trailing stop loss. Even though I put it at break even, there was a slippage in that, so it resulted in like around $20 to $25 loss in that sense. So that's something to bear in mind. But otherwise, I'm still in the long side trade if talking about this. But going back in terms of the market update itself, the market still looks to be like somewhat in the neutral in general, even though it's making higher and higher high in that sense. But overall, you can see that there are certain weakness, and also it's going a little bit too parabolic in my opinion. So similarly, I see it's very strong parabolic. Generally, your retracement tend to be strong as well. So for now, I'm definitely not looking to add in terms of long-term position wise. That's something to bear in mind. Similarly for Nasdaq, I'm also not looking to add. At of this moment, I do want to add if it comes closer towards this 11,500, at least this 50 simple moving average, or obviously this green zone will be great, or now would be this blue color 100 simple moving average as well. And for ASHR, similarly, I wouldn't say same thing. I would say that actually it looks to be much positive, even though it's forming potentially a lower high. But what I do see is that as long as price remains above this 20 exponential moving average, it still does not look to be parabolic in comparison to say Nasdaq and S&P. If you notice back, so Nasdaq is also not parabolic too. Oh, yeah. The one that is really parabolic is this S&P 500. So I do see potentially a stronger retracement. So for Nasdaq and ASHR, I do see that we could consolidate a little bit more before we break out to much higher high in that sense. For ASHR, there will be retesting previous even high, I would think. Let me check back. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, so there are definitely still a long way to go before it makes all-time high. But tentatively, it does break. We do see that potentially it could be over here in the $40 region and the $43 region. So that's something I'll update it later. So potentially you'll see the resistance, horizontal resistance updated tomorrow. All right, so going back to the daily chart for KWEB itself, yeah, from my understanding for KWEB, historically, this will be the all-time high period. So potentially this could be somewhat like a double top formation. So we could retrace to this region, which will be great for adding long-term. Otherwise, yep, that's more or less in terms of investment. I'm not looking to add, eagerly adding right now. And finally, the most interesting pair, or the one I do trade for crypto, right now is definitely, in my opinion, not the right time or not the best time to add in terms of long-term investment as well, because you can see there's parabolically rising, even considering the 20 exponential average on the daily chart. So I would at least wait until it reaches there, which is at least, if you see these blue lines at 11, yeah, it says 15,570-ish. So it's around 15,600. So until it reaches there, or at least bare minimum 16,000, I'll look to add more. But otherwise, right now, I'm still in this trade, as you can see on this 4-hour setup. Something that was a little bit unexpected was this. So this bearish fortunately didn't hit here. The trailing stop loss is actually would have risen. I've raised the trailing stop loss to near the 50 simple moving average. But this kind of movement actually took me out in terms of Ethereum. And in fact, that would be a bad move because it seems to be going up again. But nonetheless, I'm not going to add until I see a clearer consolidation pattern and breakout again. Because right now it's going a little bit too parabolic to my liking in that sense. So yeah, that's basically about it. In terms of Bitcoin wise for this price action, I'm still in this trade. Like I mentioned, using the trading stop loss. Now it has already rise slightly above the break-even point. So depending on when it forms a clear rejection sign, then I'll consider taking profit. Otherwise, I'll just continue to trail, even especially if it just consolidate right below this 19K mark, in which case if it does break above, we could see a really, really strong bull run once more as well. So hopefully this consolidation takes place over extended periods, say for at least a month or two. So the good thing about the longer the consolidation is that the tendency for it to break even higher high at a faster rate will be even faster. So that's something that I like to see. Otherwise, that's more or less about it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.